Hi everyone, I hope you're good. So today's class we're going to be taking it up just a notch with our power yoga practice, but if you need to dial it down, of course there's going to be variations that you can do as well. So make sure you take care of your body, you listen to your body and what it needs for today, grab yourself some water and let's get started on the mat. I'm starting off on all fours with shoulders above wrists and hips stacked above the knees. Push away from your yoga mat, lifting your chest and heart nice and high away from the mat as well as navel to spine. Tuck the toes underneath, lift up into downward facing dog, and it'll feel maybe a little bit raw and tight on the legs. So if you need to, take a nice walk on the spot whilst you're warming up with me today. Keep the head down, just making sure we're pushing away from our yoga mat the whole time, so externally rotate the shoulders. I just had to do that myself. It's so easy to forget. And then whenever you're ready, walk the feet towards the back going into plank pose. So shoulders above the wrist, really get a good grip there of your mat using your fingertips as well, and lengthen your tailbone towards the heels. So don't cheat and lift your bum up. But now, mentioning the bum lifting up, we are going to come back into downward facing dog. So hips lift up high, head down in between the arms, and it's up to you if you want to be really high up onto the balls of the feet or the heels coming down. And again, walking the feet going into plank pose, and then again into downward facing dog. Plank pose next. That's it. Engage the core, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels, and downward facing dog. Nice job. So whenever you're ready, come back down onto all fours, and you're going to be taking just the right elbow down, lifting the left leg up towards the sky. Bring the heel towards the backside and then circle this left knee round just a few times. So you can go both ways with the circles if you want to. Okay? And then change sides from here and coming up onto the palm and then down onto just the left elbow, reaching the right leg up towards the sky, bringing the heel towards backside and circling around that right hip. So I know you're circling the knee, but it's all to do with the hip, baby. So circle around the other way. Good. Now you're going to do that in downward facing dog. So come up onto all fours. Into your downward dog. Lift your left leg up towards the sky for downward dog split. Try and keep your shoulders square. Bring heel towards backside with the left knee, scorpion bend. And then circle this left knee around. Feels really weird, right? And then don't forget to circle the other way. Okay, so go on to the other side. Bring the heel towards backside and circle around. The joys of wearing a t-shirt to yoga practice. It's worse than wearing a hoodie. Good, that's it. And then don't forget to circle the other way. Okay, so whenever you're ready, bring the foot down, look in between the hands, bend the knees, and then hop the feet forwards or step the feet forwards. Into forward fold, so feet hip distance apart there, forward fold down. So what we're actually going to do is take the feet a little bit wider, turn your toes into a slight diagonal and come down into Malasana next. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to be on the balls of the feet or on the heels. I most likely will switch where I'm on the balls of the feet. The hands are going to come down and you're going to step the feet back one at a time into downward dog, and then of course you're going to return into your Malasana. Okay, so go between the two postures, and you don't have to go the same pace as me at all. You can go at a slightly different pace, and you can be a little bit higher up here with your Malasana, you can be lower down. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so now for the fun part. Okay, you're going to come down into Malasana and you're going to practice coming up to a standing position or thereabouts. So press down through the big and second toe particularly. Engage your core, navel to spine, and see if you can slowly rise up, maybe all the way up to standing, and then reach your hands up towards the sky. Then you're going to come back down into it. So if you can only lift up part of the way, that's fine. Keep going. Or if you want to choose a different variation instead, I would take the heels down and come down into a squat and then rise up to stand. You can still do the balls of the feet or be on the tippy toes part. Yeah? So choose your variation wisely and make sure that you're not overly arching your back and puffing your chest and bringing your chin forwards, that you're trying to still focus on your form, hug the ribs in, navel to spine, and keep that tailbone nice and long. Okay? So whichever variation you're choosing, make sure it's suiting your body, particularly your joints. Okay, so last one. Nice job. Okay, so from here, as you're standing, just break free from that. If you need to grab some water, then go for it now. And we're going to come towards the head of our yoga mat, finding Tadasana. So lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Roll your shoulders back and away. Bring the hands to come to prayer. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling to forward fold down. Inhale, lift up halfway, pushing away from the legs. Exhaling to forward fold. Bend through the knees and step back with the left foot, rising up into Crescent Lunge whenever you're ready. Okay, so at the moment, I'm not going to take the hands back and puff and kind of find my back bend. I'm going to just keep the hands above the shoulders and hug the ribs in. And you can do this one, I'm going to demo this one with the hands onto the hips because I want the hips facing forwards. So I'm going to lean the chest and heart forwards, hop in about halfway, and then kick the back leg up off the floor. And then I'm going to come back down again and into my Crescent Lunge. Okay, I'm going to move back a little bit. All right, so whenever you're ready, hands to hips, angle the chest and heart forwards, power through the back foot, and see if we can kick it up. And then come back down. So if you need to hop it in halfway to help you out, give you a bit of a sort of head start, then you can do that. All right. Take your time, going between the two. So if you want to, see how it feels on me today, you can keep the arms reaching forwards. So remember to try really hard not to open up the hip. Feel it all along this standing leg. We're going to do one more. Nice job. Okay, so whenever you're ready, come down, step forwards so we can change sides. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhaling to forward fold, bend through the knees, step back with the right foot. Up we go into our crescent, hands to hips, step in halfway, and then reach that right leg towards the back. Try and keep the hips and the shoulders square. Come back down and into your crescent. So the trick is to try and push from the back foot and get your body into position first before you take the leg up off the ground. Okay? And then you kind of bring it all together so that it's nice and seamless. Okay? So remember your core. Choose your arm variation to suit you. I find that without the hands on the hips, it's so much more intense, and I have to engage my back even more, my core. Okay, so last one. Try and get those pauses if you can. Come down onto the fingertips, and from here, forward fold down. Wow. Okay. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhaling to forward fold, bend the knees, roll up the spine. Come up to standing, roll the shoulders back. Reach the hands up, bring the hands to come down to prayer. Good job. And just break away from it for a moment, especially maybe rolling around the hips. Okay, how did that feel? Okay, so we're going to come towards again the head of our mat, finding Tadasana. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling to forward fold down. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhaling to forward fold. Bend through the knees, press down through the hands. And this time we're going to step the feet back into our plank pose. Okay, push from the toes, or you can be down onto the knees first. Chaturanga Dandasana down. Extra little push. Coming up into Cobra. So press down through the tops of the feet and roll the shoulders back, lifting the chest and heart up towards the sky. Close the eyes, keep pushing away from your yoga mat. Lift your chin slightly. Keep engaging the core, getting a nice stretch up the abdomen as well. And then push the bum back and up into your downward facing dog. So you're going to come up really high onto the balls of the feet. Lift your gaze up, gaze beyond the hands, and then bend both elbows and try and get your face to kind of, without face planting, to go closer towards the floor. And then push back into downward facing dog. Up really high to the balls of the feet. Lift the head up, bend both elbows, and then push back. So I don't know if you can see this on me, but I'm trying really hard to try and get my face to go really beyond the hand, so it's not a classic press up. So you want to make sure that you're breathing the whole time, and remember it starts with the feet and it runs up the body. Good. Now we're going to play around with holding this next one. So whenever you're ready, get set up into this position. Press down through the juicy parts of the thumbs and the fingertips. Hug the ribs in slightly. You've got this. Stay nice and strong, stay with me. And push back. Well done. Come down onto the knees. We're just going to roll around the arms. Oh my goodness. It takes I could probably lower down just a little bit more, but I know that if I did, I would struggle really badly to get back up again. So I don't want to lose my form. I want to keep progressing and make that progress like bit by bit, millimeter by millimeter, rather than kind of overly pushing myself and kind of ruining my elbows, because I can feel like sometimes they want to pop or something. It doesn't feel quite right. Let me know if you're the same. So next up, you're going to come into downward facing dog and into a downward dog split. But what I'm going to get you to do first is step in about halfway with just the right foot and lift your left leg up. Once you've done that, push away from your mat, press down through the juicy parts of the thumb. Don't open up the hip, keep your hips square. Bend through the standing leg. Use this left leg to move up and down as well to help you out, and try and take a little hop. So don't go so high that you go kind of flying over, but bend through the standing leg, little hop, come back down, little hop, come back down. And then you're going to switch sides, step about halfway in with that left leg, roll the shoulders back and away, push away your mat, right leg lifts up, bend, and hop. You are going to have one side that is so much better than the other. It's very frustrating. What you want to do is make sure that, I'm going to go the other side, that you don't, that you keep your shoulders somewhere above your wrist. So if you're back here and trying to do your hops, which is totally possible, you find that it's obviously requires a lot more energy to get you up in the air for that air time. So by taking the shoulders already above the wrist, you're already practicing those properties of your handstand, for example, any of the arm balances really, and you're conserving energy. So you're practicing wisely, the smart way, okay? So whenever you're ready, you can take about 3 to 5 in your own time on both sides. So remember to step halfway in. I've got my right foot forward, shoulders above the wrist already, left leg lifting up, take a hop, pop back down. So obviously the more that you give a spring in your step, the more obviously you're going to be lifting up in the air. So again, just practicing smart. And then back down again. Well done. So rest in child's pose whenever you're ready. Take the knees down, bring the big toes together. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe stack the hands on top of one another if the head doesn't want to come down towards the floor. Press down through the shins and the tops of the feet. Take another breath. And whenever you're ready, slowly come up. So I'm going to do this one where I'm on all fours. Roll the shoulders back and away from the ears and coming into a few presses. So I'm going to push the bum back, press down through the tops of the feet, and then I'm going to move my shoulders above my wrists to press down and lift back up again. And each of these, you want to feel that your elbows or your arms are kind of brushing the sides of your rib cage, because you don't want your elbows to flare out to the sides. You're not looking for the hands to be really wide to do maybe a press up that you're used to at the gym. These are slightly different. And remember that the tummy's not on the floor, the hips aren't on the floor either. So believe it or not, every time you're pushing back, it's a bit of recovery time. Doesn't feel like it, but it is. Make sure you're breathing the whole time. Shoulders moving away from the ears. Especially when you're lifting up, you want to imagine that you're trying to get your hips and your core away from the floor. We're going to do one more. Keep pressing down through the palms of the hands and then rest. So I'm going to be rotating the arms round and towards the back. See how that feels on you. Okay, so next up from here, you're going to come onto all fours. Take your right toes out towards the side, left foot towards the back and pivot the back heel down, and your body should be in one kind of straight line, so to speak. Then from here, reach your left arm overhead. I just want to get that right for you. And then lift the left foot off the ground. You're going to bring elbow to knee, knee to elbow, and then return. So make sure once you're reaching the arm and the leg that you're in one straight line, that you're not sticking your bum towards the back and kind of moving your chest forwards. Good. So nice deep breaths the whole time. Okay, so we're going to change sides from here. So I'm very sorry, you're going to see the back of me. I'm sure you're sick of seeing the front of me anyways. So we've got left foot out towards the side, right foot towards the back. So you should have hips stacked on top of one another and the shoulders as well, okay? And then of course you can begin. So make sure the whole time you're breathing and don't waste that reach above the head. And with the leg as well, so really try and get those nice long lines as you reach the arm and foot in the opposite direction, and try and keep this left arm straight. Keep looking out to the side, don't look like behind you towards the back leg. Okay, so we're going to take one more and then come back down. Nice job. Come up into downward facing dog. Come up really high onto the balls of the feet, gazing between the hands, and step or jump the feet forwards into Uttanasana, forward fold. Roll the shoulders back and away. Try not to have all your weight in just the heels. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhaling to forward fold. Bend through the knees and step back with that left foot now. So we're in Crescent Lunge. Lower the back knee down. Reach the hands up. Keep breathing. And what you're going to do is you're going to wind the right arm around your back. So all along this top part of the forearm here, top of the wrist, is connected towards my back. Then I'm going to reach my left arm up. Feel as if someone's taking the left arm up towards the sky, and then move back slightly, lifting the chest and heart nice and high. Press that front foot deep into the mat and breathe. And I'm going to come forwards and down. Take the left hand down and the right hand up towards the sky. Then take the right hand down on the inside of the right foot and lift the left hand up towards the sky. From here, return the hands down, straighten out the front leg into Hanumanasana. So try and flex the front foot, stretch out the hamstrings and forward fold down. Nice and slowly bending both elbows. Good. Now you're going to play around with this little trick here. You're going to come up, straighten out the arms. Make sure you've got your left hand directly underneath your left shoulder. Right hand can either grab onto the toes, the foot, the ankle even, navel to spine. Tuck the left toes for me, all right? Now, when you start picking this right foot up and it's going to go out towards your right hand side, I need you to almost like drag the right foot and the hip in towards your body and back, because now you're going to draw it in and up and out to the side. That again. From Hanumanasana, left toes are tucked, draw the hip in, lift the leg up. Return it towards the back. We're just here like we're doing our side plank variation. Reach, 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 reach. Then bring elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Hook onto the leg or the foot or the toes. Reach out to the side, look towards the head of your mat. Take the foot down. Crescent lunge. You might need to rewind and do it again. It's one of those that I definitely, had to practice quite a lot to understand. Back into downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the back, plank. Chaturanga Dandasana down, Cobra rising. Downward facing dog. Bend through the knees and step or jump the feet forwards into forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhaling to forward fold back down. And we're going to step back with the other side. So I believe it's, which leg is it? Isn't this leg? This feels better. So right leg back, it happens, okay? It happens to us all. We forget our lefts and our rights. So lower the back knee down and come into your crescent lunge. So you can, if it feels better just to have the hands above the shoulders, it's fine. But of course, we're going to explore a different variation. So we're going to wrap the left arm, it's the top of the arm, top of the wrist around the back. Reach your right hand up and then back. See how that feels. It feels so much better on this side in comparison to the other. I'm not going to lie on myself. And press that front foot deep into the mat. Then from here, move forwards. Take the right hand down. Left arm up towards the sky. So twist, let your body face up to the side. I've said it before, say it again. If you find you get sort of trapped in the hip, pivot those front toes out to the side. Change sides. Take the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Reach up. Good. And then from here, come down. And Hanumanasana. So straighten out the front leg first. Make sure foot to knee is hip distance apart. And then forward fold down. Bend those elbows. Respect the hamstrings, the calves, or the calf I should say, all along this front leg. Come up. So we need to press that right hand just underneath that shoulder. I'm hooking onto the toes. I've got long body, short legs, so it's easier for me to find the foot and the toes. So if you need to hold onto the ankle instead, you've got nice, lovely long legs, no problemo. So remember, push away from your mat. I'm on the ball of the right foot, ready to take that out to the side to support me more. And to break it down, I kind of draw the foot or the leg in and then up and out to the side. So let's see how we get on. Okay, that again. Bring it round. So it goes back and then up. Then I'm going to release the foot towards the back, reach the left arm up, reach up through the rib cage, push away from the mat, navel to spine, and then I'm going to draw everything in like we did before when we did this exercise, and then of course catch onto the foot or onto the leg and reach up. Look towards the head of your yoga mat, and with control, take it back down, return the back foot, crescent lunge, back down we go, and take the foot back into plank. Push forwards, chaturanga dandasana down, lifting up into cobra or upward facing dog, depending on your preference, and into downward facing dog. Close the eyes, 3 breaths. Keep breathing. Keep rolling those shoulders away. And whenever you're ready, slowly take the knees to return down. Bring the legs around. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Flex the feet. Try and keep the legs there in alignment with the hips. Draw your left heel in. Cross it over the right leg. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Make sure your left knee is facing up towards the sky. Right arm either hugging or pushing away from this left thigh. And I've got the left hand really close there to the base of the spine to help me twist round towards the side. So you get a really good rinse out here of the back and of the waistline. And then you're going to come round towards the front, and just without changing the legs, just change the arms. And then you're going to go the other side. So left leg straight, right leg folds in, over it goes, sit yourself up nice and tall, hugging in with just the left arm or pushing the leg away, and then reach round towards the side. Lots of deep breaths. Come round towards the other way, keep the legs as they are, just change the arms, and without the arms you can't get as far round with your twist, so hence the arms. And then whenever you're ready, come round towards the front, give everything a shake and a wriggle, maybe add in a forward fold and see how you feel. And yeah, let me know how you got on with that practice. Like for me, I find the powerful yoga practice, like a powerful or a stronger practice, doesn't suit me every day. So I would definitely, if you're practicing something like this or stronger, I would definitely the next day do something that's, you know, focuses on a different part of your body, or just emotionally even or mentally takes you to a different place, so that way you're also having best of both worlds, that you still slow down just a little bit and let your body rest and recover, but still keep moving, still keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. If you've got any questions, obviously just send me a message, or you can leave a comment down below and I will help you out as much as I can. Let me know if you've got any requests, and obviously if you like this one, please like it, share it, subscribe. I'd love to have you here on this channel letting me know what you like and what you don't like, or if there's a particular pose that you'd like me to cover, and I will see you next time for practice on the yoga mat. Bye.